Why maintaining a healthy credit rating is crucial. Hello, my name is ndforcade and I am 25 years old. Today we will be discussing a little bit about why maintaining a healthy credit is important to you and for the rest of your life. To start off, I'll make a little bit of an introduction of myself. I am 25 years old. I was born and raised in New York, and I've been living in Miami, Florida for the past 7 years. I started my career in banking 6 years ago as a full-time teller. I grew my way up the ladder, and I'm now managing a retail office for a local community bank here in Miami. Now I'll go on to tell you a little bit about the things that we will be discussing today. First, I will tell you why keeping a good credit is healthy, it's important for life and for current day decisions that you will be making. And I will also be discussing the different ways and steps that you can take in order to ensure that you keep your healthy credit. As I mentioned, several of the reasons why you should keep a healthy credit are these. Your ability to purchase a car or a home rely on you having a healthy credit. Most lenders will look at your credit history to determine whether you're worthy of them lending money to you. So they will see how you've paid your bills, how many credit lines you have open currently, how much you owe, and they will compare that against how much you're making to determine whether you will be able to afford the debt that you're incurring. It is also important in order for you to get an education. There are times when getting a scholarship or getting financial aid are impossible, and therefore you will need a student loan. In order for you to get that student loan, you will need to be able to apply to have a good healthy credit. Many professions, including the banking industry for example, require that you have a satisfactory credit history. They look for over the limits on your cards, late payments, any liens or judgments that you may have against you, because this tells the bank whether you're able to work where you're surrounded by cash, and to make sure that you will not make any irrational decisions because of drastic measures that you may take because of your debt. Government jobs like the CIA and FBI also check your credit history to determine how well you handle your financials. Several banks will request a credit check in order to establish an account for you, which is important. We all need bank accounts to deposit our paychecks, and we all need bank accounts to use our debit cards. So a lot of banks nowadays use credit history to determine whether you can open an account with them or not. Now I'll go on and tell you a little bit about the ways that you can take, the steps you can take in order to maintain your credit and monitor it so that you don't have any surprises. Obtaining an annual credit report gives you the ability to check it to ensure that there's nothing on there that's not yours, and if there are any inquiries, it is a good time there to see if there's anyone that has gotten access to any of your personal information. Making sure to read your contracts whenever you're signing and agreeing to terms and conditions to ensure that you pay close attention to the rate that you're signing for, and that this rate is not variable. A lot of homeowners nowadays have lost their homes because they didn't carefully read what they were signing for, and they were signing for adjustable mortgages where the rate would increase in 5 years. It will become variable, therefore their mortgage would increase, and hence they would not be able to stay in their home because they wouldn't be able to afford their mortgage payments. So it is really important that once you're signing for something that you're purchasing or a loan that you're obtaining, that you read closely the fine print and the rates that you're agreeing to. Signing up for a monitoring service, a credit monitoring service, will ensure that you are alerted any time that an inquiry is made or that a new line of credit is opened again under your name. This again ensures that you are always on top of what is going on with your credit and that there is no fraudulent activity. Paying your bills on time obviously is important. A lot of people leave this up to, oh, it's not important. They don't pay they don't take it into consideration that it does matter. One late payment here, one late payment there start to add up, and so you end up having this reported to your credit. Now there's actually credit bureaus that are reporting 15 days late. So it does matter when you miss that one payment. It is crucial for whenever you're applying for a job again or whenever you want to purchase your home. These little late payments start affecting the points, your beacon score, and so it also affects your overall credit history. Trying to keep all balances below the half of the limit, it helps also. If you're overextending yourself in debt, it affects your credit history. And obviously not getting into more debt than you can afford, which is the mistake that a lot of us make, because we just want that fancy home, that fancy car. We sign up for the debt even though we know we cannot afford it, and we end up suffering in the long run. So in conclusion, I'll reiterate that the reason why I chose this topic is because I've been exposed to it for the past 6 years, being that I am in the banking industry, and also because I would have appreciated someone coming out to guide me and tell me how important it is to keep a healthy credit. Several reasons why maintaining a healthy credit are: if you want to accomplish your American dream of owning a home, you will need your credit history to be healthy. Purchasing a car, education in order to apply for student loans, applying for a job. Overall, maintaining a credit history really determines how well you are able to handle your financials. And some steps to follow: you ensure that you get a monitoring service so that you are alerted anytime that any new credit is opened under your name or any inquiry is made. Paying your bills on time, not borrowing more than you can afford. Also making sure that you're reading the fine print on any contracts when you're accepting or agreeing to terms and conditions, so that rate, you know for sure it's something that you can afford, and it's not something that is adjustable in a certain period of time. And obviously you want to make sure that you're keeping a low balance on your credit cards, ensuring that you're not borrowing more than you can afford to pay back. My name is ndforcade, and I do hope that you enjoyed this presentation today and that you were able to get a little bit more of knowledge on why it is important to maintain a healthy credit rating. Thank you.